Good afternoon. My name is Doug Everhart. I am the Director of the Center for Student Wellness and Health Promotion here at UCI, and I've been asked to do a brief introduction of our center, and what I'm going to do is give you a brief tour of our website, which is probably the best way to get to know about our programs and services. So I'm going to share my screen here as I'm recording this so that we can kind of take a walk through that website. So here we go. I'll share the screen. All right, so this is our homepage, and the Center for Student Wellness and Health Promotion, we would normally at the top of this page have our three core values. So I want to mention those first. So our core values include advocacy, awareness, and empowerment. So I'll start with advocacy. Advocacy basically means that we're here to advocate for you, the students, and your health and wellness needs. So that is our primary objective, is to advocate for the health and wellness needs of UCI students. The second core value we have is awareness. So once we identify what the health and wellness needs of our students are, as well as our campus community, then we raise awareness about those needs. So we get that information through surveys, through interactions with students, through focus groups, from our campus partners, and a wide variety of ways. But once we identify those needs, then it's our job to raise awareness about the needs of our students, as well as the needs of the campus that contribute to health and well-being. And lastly, and maybe most importantly, our final core value is empowerment, because health and well-being is really about taking the power yourself, taking control yourself of your own health and well-being. Now, we have a responsibility as an institution to create an environment that supports your health and well-being. But ultimately, it's up to individuals to understand what their needs are, what the environment and resources they have are, and then to take control of their own health and wellness. So we try to support that through raising awareness, advocating for your needs, and then empowering you to take advantage of the information, guidance, and resources that we provide. So those are the three core values that we have. And our ultimate goal is that when you leave UCI and graduate with your degree and head on to your community, your career, and your life after your UCI experience, you're well equipped with information, guidance, and resources to help you not only lead a healthy and well life, but to influence and impact your community, your workplace, and the world that you will live in, and encourage our world to be a better, healthier, and more well-being oriented place. All right, so with all of that said, let me just kind of walk through the website. So I'm gonna scroll as well as point out these tabs at the top of the page. So these tabs at the top of the page here, which list, you can click on home, which will take you back to this page. Services outline the different services we have. Topics will include pages on each of our 5 topic areas, how to get involved, about us as an office, and then how to contact us. So I'm going to scroll, and just so you know, scrolling the website provides information in the same order as you see up here. So you can either use the tab to navigate up at the top of the page, or you can scroll and see what we have. So as we scroll down, the next place is what we call a slider page. So this is where we have information on current information, current programs and services. We have a calendar normally. Right now, because of the pandemic we're in, and we're operating remotely at this time, there's some information and guidance on the pandemic, resources, and guidance about how to stay safe during quarantine and during the current situation we're in. Then we get down here, and this would normally be right underneath our header that has our core values, but this is our slider page where here in this area, there's different things on current events. So this will have different things on workshops that are coming up, different announcements that we might have, information on ways to get involved, maybe when our peer educator applications are open. So this is where to get kind of information on current events. And if you click on each one, it'll take you to a specific page for that information. Here to the right, we have our calendar. So we keep this up to date. on what's happening with upcoming programs, events, services that we want to highlight. So that's a way to kind of keep track on a daily basis, or however often you want to check on what's happening today or what might be happening coming up. You can subscribe to our monthly newsletter. We have a monthly newsletter that comes out the first week of every month that also highlights all of our programs and services that will be featured in the coming days or weeks, or anything we want to highlight as far as information. So that is a great resource. So you can subscribe to our monthly newsletter there. So services that we provide, one of the things that we do is services. So I'll talk a lot about our programs, which are topic-based in 5 topic areas, but we also match our programming and information with services. So we want to match services that support the information and guidance we're giving on health and well-being. So for instance, we have workshops. So if you click on the workshop tab, which I'm not going to do right now because I want to stay on this page, that's where you would go to request a workshop. You can see all of the workshops that are available. You can request a workshop. You can recommend our workshops to other people. If you live in a housing community, you can recommend it to your RA or whoever organizes programming. If you're in a student organization, you can recommend it to your student organization leaders to request a workshop for your student organization, wherever you might be, or you might just want to look and see what information might be available for you to learn yourself. The Condom Co-op is a service that we provide. Obviously, we're in remote service right now, so the office is not open, so this is curtailed right now. But when the office is open, you can come into the office and get up to 5 free condoms a day and 2 lube. So we have a supply that is funded through student fees to provide this service for free to students. But in order to manage the inventory and manage the supply, we do limit it to 5 per day for condoms. And we have both internal and external condoms. We also have dental dams. And again, I mentioned we have lube. So you can come in to pick those up for free. All you need is your student ID, and all we do with the student ID is just verify that you're a student. We don't write anything down. Obviously, we don't want to identify students that are picking up condoms, but we do need to see it just to confirm that you are a current UCI student, and then you'll be on your way. Consultations are individual meetings that we provide. Again, we have a professional staff member that is trained and has experience and expertise in 5 different topic areas, which I'll talk about here in a second. But you can come in to talk to our professional staff on an individual basis or a small group basis if you want to come in with a couple of your friends or peers. But they're individual consultations or small group consultations to where our professional staff can provide information, guidance, and resources in their topic area. So you would just basically contact that staff member, set up an appointment, and then you can come talk to them, ask questions, get information. If you're writing a paper, you want it for personal information, or you want to maybe get information for a friend. All of those reasons are reasons that students would come into our office to talk to our professional staff. The Lactation Station is a room, a private room that's attached to a restroom, has a changing table and comfortable seating to where a nursing parent can be provided a space to either pump or breastfeed a infant. So that is a space that is one of many across campus. We have that space in our office. It's open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or basically when the office is open. And it's not available on a first come, first served basis. So you would just come into the front desk, sign in for the lactation room, and then sign out when you leave. So that is another service. The wellness room is one of our most popular services. It includes 2 massage chairs. It includes several beanbag chairs, and it includes some activities that people can come in and relax and practice mindfulness, meditation, stress management techniques with any of those resources. So the 2 massage chairs are available to reserve online. So if you go to the wellness room page, there is a link to reserve time in the massage chairs. Everything else, as far as the beanbag chairs to sit on The activities, we have things like coloring books and Play-Doh and origami and just some mindfulness, meditation, relaxation activities. So the wellness room is open Monday through Friday, again, 8 to 5 during our normal operating hours. The only thing that you need to reserve is the massage chairs. Other than that, the room is available on a first come, first served basis. It can house on a normal basis, 6 to 10, not 10, maybe 6 to 8 people, couple using the massage chairs and a few others maybe sitting in the beanbag chairs. But that is in normal conditions. Obviously, during the pandemic, we have limited availability of our wellness room, so that will be scaled back a little bit. But just know that the wellness room is a great resource for you to use. Again, the massage chairs is listed there. And then the other thing we have is Wednesday wellness walks. This will be happening when students are on campus. And even during the COVID-19 situation this fall, we will resume our Wednesday wellness walks because they are outdoors. It is an opportunity to take advantage of our open space areas both on campus and adjacent to campus. So it will be an opportunity to get outside, get in nature. Obviously, people will have to, in the current situation, wear face coverings and maintain physical distancing. But obviously that will be able to happen because we're outside and walking. So we will keep all of those precautions in mind for the current situation. But basically they happen during the even numbered weeks. So weeks 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 on Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. We meet at Zottengo, outside of Zottengo, and then we walk to 5 different locations. Each time we go to a different location. So either Aldrich Park, Mason Park, the UCI Arboretum, the UCI Ecological Preserve, or the San Joaquin Wildlife Preserve as well. So those are the 5 areas. Again, weeks 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. On Wednesday of those weeks, meet at Zottengo at 11:30. The walks take about an hour and a half. So we are done by 1 or back to campus by 1. But it's a great way to meet people. It is open to students, faculty, and staff. And it's a great way to get outside, get some exercise, get some sun, and explore some of the wonderful green spaces we have around campus. This next piece is kind of a theme that we use to promote well-being. We call it Zot Health, and there's 5 tenets of Anteater well-being or wellness. One is to take pride in your health and wellness. And again, that's something that we really use for the empowerment piece that I talked about earlier. We want you to not only take control of your own health and wellness, but we want you to take pride in that you are working towards your individual health and well-being. So that's the first tenet of Anteater wellness. The next one is to share awareness. So if you have information, if you gain information from us, if you have ideas, we want you to share that. We want you to raise awareness with your peers and with the community that well-being is important, wellness is important. So we want you to share what you know and find out more. And then as you find out more, share that. So sharing awareness of well-being is an important component of being an anteater and the resources available to support that. We want you next to develop healthy habits. It's about developing routines and strategies that you can use, whether it's a daily basis, a weekly basis, or however frequently you determine is best for you. But we want you to develop healthy habits, whether it's eating healthy, exercising, practicing mindfulness, stress management techniques, engaging in healthy relationships, practicing healthier, safe sex practices or safer sex practices, those types of things. So all of those healthy habits that go into making good, healthy choices. And that includes avoiding alcohol and other substance abuse. The last thing or next thing is creating balance. So we use a wellness wheel model where there's many different components to wellness and well-being and health. So we want to create a balance of all of those things. I might feel physically well, or I might have a clean bill of physical health, but maybe emotionally I'm not doing so well. I'm struggling in a relationship, or I'm struggling with academics. So health and well-being is all about balance across all of the components of health and well-being, and where you might be doing well in one area, maybe struggling in some others. It's about creating that balance and paying attention and spending time where you need to spend to create that balance and get a good balance of health and well-being. And then lastly, inspire community. Social connection is important. So one, we want to inspire community in the sense of we as Anteaters value and appreciate and prioritize health and well-being. And then we want you to inspire that in each other. So take the information guidance that you get from our office and our programs and services and inspire others to join you in your health and well-being journey. So the whole idea is we want to create an environment and culture of well-being on campus. So again, we'll scroll down here. The next section of the website has to do with our topic areas. So again, I mentioned we have 5 key topic areas. The first one is split up into 2, alcohol and other drugs. Obviously, alcohol is one of our primary concerns when it comes to substances. We have a very relatively healthy, safe campus when it comes to alcohol and other drug use. We're well under national use standards based on our data that we collect. When I ask students if we're a party school, it's kind of a laughing response or a joke. It's just not part of our culture. But does alcohol and other drug use exist on our campus? Absolutely. Not that we encourage or condone that, but it's certainly something that does exist, and you have to be able to navigate that. So we have programs on alcohol and other drugs that talk about the reasons why you would want to avoid substance use and certainly substance abuse. So that is one of the topic areas that we focus on. Another one is sexual and relationship health. When we talk about sexual health, many people go right to STIs, HIV, things like that. But relationships are just as important as sexual health. So we talk about relationship health and healthy relationships because that's part of the equation as well. And then not just intimate relationships, well, that's certainly something we cover. We also talk about all kinds of relationships, whether it's roommate relationships, family relationships, relationships with your academic advisors and faculty members. How do you navigate a healthy, effective relationship with those folks that help you succeed academically? So all kinds of relationship health is something that's just as important as sexual health and staying safe. The next topic is wellness. When we talk about general wellness, we're specifically talking about things like time management, stress management, resilience, self-care, sleep, all of those things that keep you in general healthy and well and managing your well-being and supporting your best form of yourself. So wellness in that frame and lens. Emotional well-being and mental health is our next topic. Obviously, emotional well-being and mental health is important. So that's something we certainly spend a little time on. So that's something that is a key contributor to a topic that we address. The next one is nutrition. We have a registered dietitian and nutritionist that covers the topic of nutrition as well as disordered eating and body image. So she can talk to students about healthy eating, navigating diets, how to eat healthy on campus, how to eat healthy while having limited budgets as students and limited resources in some cases. So that's certainly something we look at. We also talk about food security and ways to make sure that you're getting enough nutrition to fuel your body and mind. Then we have 2 signature programs, one of which is featured here, our Step Up Bystander Intervention Program. In many cases, health topics and health behaviors are the responsibility of everybody, not to choose well, but also to encourage others to follow guidelines and follow public health behaviors and messaging. So it's about not only making good choices yourself, but what is my responsibility to those in the community? When I see something that's concerning, somebody that either just needs help finding something, so maybe helping someone find directions, or something more serious like intervening with problematic behavior, violent behavior, or even things like mental health. If someone looks down, how can I offer help? So our Step Up Bystander Intervention Program, called Step Up UCI, is about creating a culture of care where everybody looks out for each other. When we see something that concerns us, or maybe someone that needs help, we offer help, we connect them to the right resources. And the first step is just saying that you care, letting them know that you care as a fellow anteater, and that you're there to help. Even if it's something you can't help with yourself, maybe helping them find direction or guidance to the right resource. Then there's also ways that you as students can get involved in our office. We have internships and volunteer opportunities that are available to students. Our internships are primarily available through the two academic programs we work with, the program in public health, soon to be the School of Public Health, and then the School of Social Ecology. So those two academic departments provide academic internships for us. We take several each quarter. So if you're in either of those schools or programs, then if you have practicum or field placement hours, then our office is one of the places that students can intern. We also take on volunteers for different events and things that we do where we need volunteers to help with. Mostly our large scale events like our health fairs and things like that is where we would need volunteers. The Peer Health Educator Program is something that you apply for and interview for. We've had, last year we had 160 students apply to be a peer health educator for us. And the Peer Health Educator Program is a program where we train students to basically be paraprofessionals, so to speak, in public health. So we train them in the topic area of their choice, again, choosing from the 5 topic areas that we address. You get trained in public health theory, public health practice, public speaking, and then obviously the information and topic area that you're interested in, you would get training in that area so that you can help inform and educate and impact your peers through your training and experience. So our Peer Health Educator Program is one of our great bright spots and points of pride. And again, I mentioned that we had 160, I think, applicants last year. And that's one of the most sought after positions on campus. Lastly, we have a couple of student organizations we work with, actually primarily our Active Minds group, which is a mental health organization, student organization. We also work closely with the Public Health Association on events and things like that they're doing. So we do advise and or work closely with health and wellness related student organizations. So that's something we do. And again, Active Minds is a group that we specifically advise. And then we also work with organizations like the Public Health Association. And then lastly, at the bottom, we have our social media. We primarily use these 2 platforms, which is Instagram and Facebook. We have just found from students that not a lot of students really utilize Twitter to the point where they would engage with us regularly. So we have focused our energy on primarily Facebook and Instagram. We're also looking to explore TikTok, which has kind of been up and coming recently. So we're looking at that. So please look for us on social media platforms. Our handles on both of these platforms is UCI Student Wellness. So please check it out, follow us, provide feedback, engage with us. And that's also a place that we actively promote our upcoming programs and events, which you can see here. And then at the bottom is our contact information. We are located on the 3rd floor of the Student Center in Suite G319. Basically from outside, if you go to Zot&Go and just go up the stairs outside of Zot&Go and enter the building on the next floor up, that puts you on the 3rd floor of the building. Even though you feel like you came from the ground floor, there's actually a floor of the Student Center underneath that, outside area. So when you come up the stairs 1 flight, you're actually on the 3rd floor of that building. And as you come in the door, we are the first office on the right, directly across the hall from hospitality services and dining services. All right, so that is the overview of our department. A couple of things I would like to point out. So I mentioned all of this in the About Us area. I'm just gonna click on this one. This is where our mission and vision statement lie. And you can also see, then there's our 3 core values. You can also see our annual report. So our last 3 annual reports are up. You can see the impact we've had with our programs and services over the last 3 years. Our 1920 annual report is currently being worked on. And as soon as that is done, that will be loaded up here as well. So again, you can see about our office. You can see our impact through our annual reports. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll put our contact us page up. So, oh, actually I did want to do that. That just talks about general office information, but in the About Us page, you can also click our team, which is what I meant to go to. And this is our team. So again, I'm the director. We have Beth England Mackey, who was our assistant director and in charge of our sexual and relationship health programs. Natalie Dazzo is our wellness and peer education programs manager. And then we have Jody Margolis, who is our registered dietitian nutritionist. Mark Bustamante, who handles all of our marketing and communications, handles our website, social media platforms. He has a team of 4 students that also help him with that work. And then Daniela is our department coordinator and the face of our office. And then we also have, who works behind the scenes on budgets and personnel, Michelle Nishida. So that is our staff, that is our center, and that completes the overview. So I'm going to stop the screen share, if I can get here, and come back and just say that's the overview of our office. I hope you enjoyed the online virtual tour. Please come see us, utilize our resources, whether it's to see our staff, take advantage of our services, or come to our programs. Follow us on social media, and we look forward to seeing you. Thanks, have a great day, and zot zot.